In this video, we will be demonstrating how to rebuild an oversized keyway with Belzona. For this repair, we use Belzona 1111 and a new key to restore the oversized keyway. First, we use Belzona 9411, a release agent, on all surfaces of the key. We prepared the surface using a file and then scored the application area for optimal adhesion. Next, the surface was cleaned to remove any dirt, grease, and other contaminants. After cleaning, the area was taped off. We mixed Belzona 1111 until a uniform material was achieved. A layer of Belzona 1111 was firmly applied to the prepared surface with a stiff bristled brush to avoid any air entrapment. Additional Belzona 1111 was also applied before the key was positioned into the keyway. The key was firmly pressed into the repair area. Then the excess Belzona 1111 was removed. The key was removed to smooth out the keyway repair area. Next, the application area was cleaned and the key was inserted back into the keyway. Our rebuilding solutions for oversized keyways offer simple applications by reducing hot work and downtime. In this video, we'll be demonstrating how to rebuild a damaged shaft using forming techniques. For this repair, we use Belzona 1111 in a metal former manufactured with an outside diameter slightly larger than the diameter of the shaft. First, we clean the damaged area of the shaft. We undercut the repair area and roughen the profile with a grinder. Next, we clean the prepared area to remove all surface contaminants. We applied Belzona 9411, a release agent, to the internal surface of the former. The repair area was then taped off and a layer of Belzona 9411 was applied to the surface outside of the repair area. Then, we removed the tape and mixed Belzona 1111 until a uniform material was achieved. The internal surface of the former was wetted out with Belzona 1111. Then, Belzona 1111 was firmly applied to the repair area on the shaft. A peak was created in the center to avoid air entrapment when positioning the former. Next, we positioned both parts of the former and secured them with bolts. The bolts were tightened to allow excess Belzona product to exude out. The extruded material was then removed and the former was left in place until the Belzona product cured. Once the product was cured, we removed the bolts and the former. We smoothed out the surface of the repair with an emery cloth and cleaned the repair area. Our rebuilding solutions for damaged shafts offer simple applications by reducing hot work and cutting downtime.
Welcome to our step-by-step guide on rebuilding damaged shafts using Belzona solutions with simple machining techniques. To repair damage at roller ball bearing fits, fan or pulley locations, or damage due to chemical attack, Belzona 1000 series material should be used. Firstly, undercut the area to be rebuilt by at least 1/16 of an inch, 1.6 millimeters, and create a rough thread profile. Remove any grease or oil with Belzona 9111 Cleaner Degreaser. Wrap both sides of the repair area with 6 to 8 wraps of tape to act as a thickness gauge. Transfer the entire contents of the base and solidifier containers onto the Belzona working surface. Alternatively, measure out an appropriate quantity needed for the repair. In this case, we've selected Belzona 1111 Super Metal, so a volume ratio of 3 parts base to 1 part solidifier was used. Mix the two components thoroughly to achieve a uniform material free of any streakiness. Now, let's move on to the application process. Slowly rotate the shaft and apply a small amount of Belzona 1111 Super Metal, ensuring complete wetting and minimal air entrapment. Gradually apply more product, taking care to avoid air entrapment. Use a straight edge resting on the tape to gauge the overbuild required for machining allowance. Once cured, remove the tape and machine the rebuilt area within 0.005 thousandths of an inch, 125 microns of the final diameter, and inspect for voids or pinholes. If voids or pinholes are present, drill them out to a depth of at least 1/16 of an inch, 1.6 millimeters, and fill with more Belzona product before completing the machining process. To achieve the best finish, use fine emery cloth to remove the final 0.002 to 0.003 thousandths of an inch, 50 to 75 microns, and buff the Belzona to achieve the best finish. That's it! You've learned how to rebuild damaged shafts using machining techniques with Belzona. Remember to follow the instructions carefully and select the right Belzona solution for your specific needs. Why not let your local Belzona representative specify the right material for your asset today?